What's up, guys? Welcome. Thanks for clicking on my video. I am Jen. It is Monday. I am off to start my work day. I thought this week I might try to do some home vlogging and show what I'm up to in my day-to-day life, such as it is. So I'm going to film a couple of the things I'm doing here and there and showing my day-to-day life. So yesterday was the Super Bowl. I didn't really have a vested interest. It was Kansas City Chiefs versus Philadelphia Eagles. I didn't really have a vested interest in either team. It's just fun to watch. I watch the Super Bowl every year. I always have. Not super into football. I like to watch the commercials, and I like to know what happened in the game so that when people are talking about it at work like today, I can at least, follow along the conversation and understand some of the things that happen in the major moments and the pop culture stuff and all of that, and that's the only reason why I watch. But other than that, neither one of those teams are my team. Don't care. I'm clearing my throat a lot because I've been sick the past couple of weeks, and if you can kind of tell, I have like that redness under my nose because I've been blowing my nose a lot. Anyway, so I do the Starbucks app where they, I have like the rewards program, whatever, through Starbucks, and I do mobile ordering. And today they were giving away free coffees. So I don't know if anybody else does the Starbucks app. If you do, like, tell me in the comments, how do you like doing it? I've been doing it for a long time, and it's really changed and evolved over the years. So last year, 2024, they were doing promos all the time. It was like, buy 4 coffees, get 50 extra stars. Is it stars? Do they still call them stars, or is it just points? I don't know. You order coffees, you get points. Eventually it rolls up to be enough points where you can get a free one. It used to be 150, now it's 200. It's like Shroot bucks, whatever. It's whatever they say it is, right? But last year they used to do tons of these promos. There was like double star day, and there was like, if you order 2 macchiatos 2 days in a row, you'll get 50 extra points, whatever. They made a decision last year they were going to stop doing these rewards. So if you have been doing the app for a long time, you notice that whole fun rewards and promo thing stopped dead in its tracks. No more double star days, no more like if you order 3 times in a row, whatever it was, gone. So then the other day, they're like, oh, day after the Super Bowl, we're going to celebrate by everyone getting a free coffee. So I was like, that's great. Going to work on Monday, I'll get a free coffee. Well, come to find out, it's only a coffee, like just a straight up coffee, plain, hot, or iced. Not a handcrafted beverage, which is what I typically get, like the lattes and the macchiatos and the super sugary, crazy flavor, chestnut praline, caramel, brulee, what have you, is what I typically order. So I was like, oh, that's kind of bummer. I was a little disappointed that it was just plain coffee. But here's what I did. Here's my little life hack. So I took my Disney refillable resort mug and I put a couple of pumps of vanilla syrup in here, and then maybe like a half a cup of oat milk. Put it in my car and went to Starbucks, where I got my free iced coffee, tall, by the way. That's all you get. I mean, it's whatever. It's free, right? Who cares? But it was tall, the free coffee, and I ordered mine iced. So I got a plain iced coffee, and I poured that into my mug, which already had the oat milk and the vanilla syrup in, and now I have a deliciously flavored, handcrafted beverage made by me. Great. It's great. Delicious. So now I'm off to start my day. Check in with you guys later. Hey, good morning. New day here. I'm up early. I'm doing my morning routine and getting ready for work. So typically my morning routine is I get up, I go downstairs, and I always watch 7 a.m. news program while I'm getting ready. Sometimes I'll just sit in the living room and actually watch the news. Sometimes I just crank the volume on really loud and buzz around my house and do other things while listening to it, do my makeup, make my coffee, have a little bit of yogurt for breakfast, and then that's how I start my day before I log on to work. I wanted to jump on and show some of my recent grocery purchases. I got some new coffees that I ordered from the Joffrey's Coffee website, and I did a mini Trader Joe's haul, and I want to show some of the items that I bought at Trader Joe's. I like to order coffee from Joffrey's Coffee Company. They're the coffee company that does the coffee for all Disney World, Disneyland, and all the Disney resorts. I'm a big time Disney person, so I love ordering these. The first one that I have is the Stitch Coconut Craze. This one here, I'll just kind of like show you the description. Since I can't read it, it's coconut. And then this one I wanted to order for a long time and I finally got it. It's the Simba Lion King 30th Anniversary Blend, caramelized brown sugar and cinnamon. That smells really good. And then of course I had to get this one, Mickey Mouse, a cup of gold for St. Patrick's Day. It says an Irish treat with hints of caramel, chocolate, and vanilla. So those are going to be really good to make some homemade coffee with. And then, like I mentioned, I did go to Trader Joe's, and it wasn't like a huge grocery haul, but I did buy a few things. I got the Scandinavian Swimmers gummies. Love those. We always buy candy and sweets at Trader Joe's. Oh yeah. I also got the sheet cake, which has been pretty popular. And as you can see, we have eaten almost the whole thing. It's that Chantilly cream vanilla bean mini sheet cake. This is in the bakery section at Trader Joe's. This is so good. The cake is delicious. The frosting is like a cream cheese type of frosting. It is so good. My daughter and I love this. Another thing I really like is the Trader Joe's granola. They usually will change up the flavor of granola based on the seasons. This one is the spiced cranberry granola. Looks really good. And the other one I got was the Very Berry, and we've already kind of dug into this and started eating it. That's really good. Sweet and dried blueberries and dried strawberries, delicious. I like to buy like a plain yogurt and like throw some of that in it, or I just eat the granola plain by itself. Trader Joe's hot chocolate mix. This is my favorite hot chocolate of all time, like of any brand. It is so good. I always buy some spaghetti sauce from Trader Joe's, so I got 2 jars of spaghetti sauce. I got the tomato basil. And this is one of my favorites of all time, the roasted garlic. Really good. And to go with that, I bought the Trader Joe's capellini. We've already opened this and started using it. And then this Trader Joe's organic pasta. What is this called? Ratatouille of many colors. I love a tricolor or whatever color this is. And this is the best capellini I've ever had. It is so good. It is so fine. It's delicious. And we've been really into eating ramen lately, like for lunch, and we wanted to try the Trader Joe's ramen. So I got one of the chicken ramens, and I also got the spicy one, which we already ate. These were really good also. The noodles in the Trader Joe's ramen are not curly noodles. They're like flat noodles, like angel hair or whatever. So FYI, word to the wise, if you really like the very curly ramen type of noodle, this is not that. This is a more flat, stringy. I don't know if the picture really shows it, but they were not curly noodles. Just as an FYI, in case you love curly noodles, this does not have that. So I'm pretty sure that's everything. Oh, one more thing from the freezer. So we got the garlic naans. I love these. They come in a pack of 4. You cook them in the oven. Delicious. You can eat them plain. The package suggests that you brush butter over them. We don't. We just eat them plain. They're delicious as is. That's everything I got from Trader Joe's. And then I went to TJ Maxx and I got some syrups for my coffee machine to go with my homemade coffees. I like to just mix it up, and every time I go to TJ Maxx, they'll have like different flavor syrups out. So I always just buy a different one and just try it with my coffees. I try to stick with like a vanilla or something that's kind of gonna go with all these various different coffee flavors that I buy. So I got the vanilla bean. They make a vanilla bean, vanilla, French vanilla. I think there's another one. I can't remember, but vanilla bean is my favorite. And then I also got shortbread, which is good. Another time I think I saw one that I want to say, I think it was like birthday cake or something like that. And the shortbread and the birthday cake are very similar. They both kind of have that like buttery buttercream taste. So when I make my coffees at home in my little coffee machine over here, I've got my Joffrey's coffee, I've got my new flavored Torani syrups, I've got my Chobani oat milk, and I'm all good to go with my homemade lattes. Here's another thing I've been working on. I have some yarn and I'm going to start a new knitting project and make myself a scarf. It's a little late in the season, obviously, for a scarf, but sometimes these take me about a year to complete, so I figure if I start it now, I'll have it in time for next winter. I had this really pretty Bernat yarn. It's a nice, thick, squishy yarn. Here's a close-up of the tag. The color is this quartz pink. It's really pretty. This is a nice pink color. But I couldn't decide what stitch I wanted to do. I like to try different stitches and different patterns. So at first I started this one, and this is called a fisherman stitch, but see how thick it is? It is really thick. This is already a very thick yarn, and then to do this kind of very thick rib knit, this is really thick. I don't know how comfortable this is going to be to wear as a scarf. So once I got this far into it, I was like, oh, I don't know about this. Would I really wear this as a scarf? It's not going to really fold around my neck well or drape well. Might be good for like a really cold weather day. Then I started a second one, and I'm doing this in a seed stitch, moss stitch, and while this is still like a nice thick chunky yarn, it's not quite as thick here, and I think this will fold better and fall better around my neck as a scarf. And sometimes in the winter we go to these outdoor events and stuff like that where we're walking around outside for a while, or like an outdoor shopping center, what have you. So on those instances, I might want a really thick scarf, but I don't know about this. I'm going to try doing a little bit more of this and see what I think, but I'm not sure. Do any of my viewers knit? Let me know in the comments if you do, if you do knitting as a hobby. I learned to knit kind of later in life. I was on bed rest actually when I was pregnant, and my ex-husband, who I was married to at the time, actually kind of a sweet gesture. He knew I was on bed rest and knew I would be bored, and he got me a couple of those learn how to knit books. And I taught myself, like, from those books, the kind that you buy in the craft store, and I literally just sat there and practiced until I learned how. And the only thing, I always joke around, here's some of the other scarves that I've made. This one is a mistake rib. This one I think also is a mistake rib. I bought this one because I have a coat in this color. It matches my coat. This one is another seed stitch, moss stitch. And then this one is the, what is it? Deborah Norville had a line of yarn. And this is just, I think this is, what is this called? A stockinette stitch? What's the name of this? Garter stitch? So I like this one. I like to wear this in February. It's kind of like Valentine-y looking. But I always joke around that the only thing I know how to knit is a rectangle or a square. So I knit scarves a lot. I was into doing kitchen dishcloths for a while. Can't really do anything else if it's not a square or a rectangle. I've never done an Afghan. Actually, that's not true. I did prayer shawls for a while at church. I was involved in a prayer shawl ministry, and I did those for a while. But yeah, no sweaters, no hats, no socks, or booties, or anything like that. Just rectangles. That's it. So here I am outside. Can't have a home vlog and a check-in on my life without discussing my pool maintenance and my swimming pool, above ground pool life. So in the winter time, I do come out here from time to time to check on the pool and the water level / ice level. I am in the Northeast. We've had a lot of snow this year, a lot of ice, a lot of cold temperatures this year, like kind of more than normal. So any water accumulation in the pool did freeze. So now we're having a couple of days where it's like 40 degrees. So I do come out here and try to get some of the water out of the cover. I have like a little pump device thing that I bought on Amazon, so I'll come out here, put the pump in, run it for an hour, get some water out of the pool, and that way it's not too heavy. It's not waking me out of bed in the middle of the night worrying. But believe it or not, it's going to be time soon to start thinking about opening the pool. I hire a company to open the pool for me, and they have already sent me a little notice saying, like, let us know, get it scheduled, get it on the books. Tell us the weeks that you want. So I actually do have to start thinking about when I'm going to open the pool. Probably mid-June. I don't do it too early. Some people do May, like Memorial Day. I don't. We don't go in it that early. I think mid-June is probably what I'm going to aim for. It's such a short season. I know. Isn't it sad? It's like we really don't really get going in the pool until really like around 4th of July when temperatures are really warm. But yeah, I'll probably get that scheduled soon. Hey, so I'm going to end this vlog pretty much where I started, here in the car, going off to start my day. I was up early today trying to get some chores done before I got going with work and everything. My job is hybrid, so I'm 50% in the office, 50% at home. And my days when I have to go in the office can be very tight and stressful. One of the things about working remotely for so long as I did is you kind of become accustomed to this work at home life, and then when I had to go back in the office, it was really hard to figure out like how I was going to manage all of my chores and duties and the things I do in my outside work life in just the couple of hours that I have in the PM evening hours. So now my daily routine has become getting up early and trying to get a couple of chores and household things done early in the morning. So usually at that time of day, pretty early, like 6:30, between 6:30 and 7:30 in the morning, I'll vacuum. I'll put a couple loads of laundry in. That's where I'll change the sheets on the bed. Like, I'm pretty up and early and doing housework and chores. Actually sounds hard. Like, we all want to stay in bed and like be lazy and just like stay warm and be under the covers, but I like getting up early and getting a couple of productivity things done. It really makes the rest of my day go so much better, because in my mind, that stuff is checked off a list and I'm not stressed about it and I'm not worried about it. I don't have to do it when I come home. That's when I really want to relax and sit on the couch and kind of veg out and not have to exert myself. I also think it's easier to clean the house when it's daylight, you know, you can kind of see everything a lot better. I can't, for some reason, psychologically, like, I can't vacuum at night. Like, I just can't. I feel like I can't see the dirt, you know. So I always vacuum my house like very early in the morning. When I'm feeling really ambitious, I'll actually go out and do a grocery run at that time of day. Sometimes I'll go out to the grocery store at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm already home by 8 and done. I love having that stuff checked off my list. So just figured I'd show a couple of day in the life things and like my daily routine and just me milling around my house and stuff like that. I hope you enjoyed following along with me this week. I hope it's been a great week for everybody. If you like seeing these videos, please give it a like. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would love to have you add me to your subscriptions and stick around. And that way you don't miss any new videos that come out. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!